All right. Here we are down in Mansfield. And looking at this one here, 3,900, just a little over 3,900 square feet. Just give you a quick kind of street view. I came in this street over here to the left, goes around and then right out to the main road. It was about a half-mile in to get to this property. So not too bad. And then it's real close to shopping, close to the high school. Some really good stuff here. I'll just walk over here a little bit so you can kind of see. Little deck up front there. Obviously not too far from DFW Airport. I think I mentioned yesterday it's close to Joe Pool Lake. And built in 2004, so about 22 years old. Some of the things you might be able to notice, they've had some patching done here on the driveway, so you got some new cement. I think before in the pictures it was just some cracks and had gone down a little bit, but they've done this whole side. 3-car garage. I think you'll like the garage when we get in there and look at that. Gutters on the front. They got some cameras up there. Glass basketball hoop. And if I remember correctly, I think the gutters are all the way around. Just pop over here real quick. Yeah, you can see they got gutters all the way down there. That electrical line, I'm pretty sure that goes up to the AC unit. But they got cameras on this side too. And they put these big light bulbs up here. Shine on it at night. So your front entrance here, just so you can see, here's the deck up above. And then we've got the tile floor. I know you guys saw that in the pictures. I opened the window a little bit to try and let a little more light in, as this is kind of the dining room area as you walk in. Obviously you could change the light out and make it kind of a small living room area if you wanted to. Dining room windows are going to look out the front. And then on the left hand side here we've got an office. So it's got the French doors with the windows on them. Now, interesting enough, there's no light switch on the ceiling. Looks like they were using just lamps in here. They've painted in here. Got the trim up on the top. You can see some paint kind of where they maybe touched up recently, so you can kind of see the difference. So anyways, it potentially could be. Carpet in here looks like kind of a Berber carpet. And then you've got 3 windows that look out, kind of see the driveway, front of the house. And then a desktop station here. So obviously the desktop station and the bookshelf, this will all stay. Excuse me. Since that's connected to the house. Stairway going upstairs, walk in the living room. Kitchen's going to be on the right. I'm just going to show you real quick. Gets a thermostat here. Small coat closet, half bathroom. Hopefully I'm not going too fast in the video so you guys can catch everything. I think this is like a wood laminate that's up on the stairs, and it's also here in the living room. I'm going to show you guys this here. So all open. I don't know. Looks really cool. Cool windows. Obviously beyond the fireplace is the pool. So gas fireplace, the light switch is on, so they might have the gas turned off on this is my guess. Kitchen. So room for a table there. I'll just kind of give you a peek. So the kitchen is open to the living room. And then of course there's a walkway that goes through to the dining room. Water line here for your refrigerator. So I think the refrigerator was in the photos online. I think these folks are still moving out a little bit, so they've been taking some things. There's still some things here. A little bit of texture done on the ceiling, but I don't know. I don't know if that was original. Electric stovetop, microwave, oven. I'm pretty sure these are probably original. That came with the home in 2004 when they purchased it. Guess they got kind of a radio. Some of the drawers, cabinets. And it looks like a granite countertop. Dishwasher next to the sink. Two-tier sink. Pantry, pretty good size, quite a few shelves. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. I'm just gonna open up one of these cabinets so you can kind of get a glimpse inside there. And then they've got all these hooks up here. Maybe they were hanging some plants or something, I'm not sure. And back door area to go out to the pool. Looks like, must have had a dog, looks like a dog door there. You can kind of see up to, that is gonna be kind of a game room, media room. And then just to the left there, where you see the brown wall, that's like a movie room. All right, so half small closet here for storage under the stairs. It goes around there with this stuff here. I'm not gonna be able to get around, but anyways, quite a bit of room there. Looks like there's some of the extra carpet and extra flooring that they had installed. This is gonna be the flooring, a little bit different from the family room, but looks like a laminate as well too, which is good. Like I've said before, you know, if you have pets or get pets, laminate floors won't scratch and stuff like that. Laundry room area. So you got your washer hookups, dryer, some shelving up here, small light in here. You got the white paint on the ceiling. I'm not sure what color this is on the, some type of taupe, off taupe. The garage, good, nice thing is they did the epoxy flooring. So easy to clean up like oil spills and things like that, whether it's from your cars, autos, or lawnmowers. All this cabinet space is attached. So this would be staying with the home. Garage door opener pads. I guess a spot for keys. Each door has its own, looks like garage door opener. Sometimes the garage door opener might have all three to do that. I'm not sure if this fridge is staying, but obviously everything in a sale is negotiable. Looks like some type of vacuum system that they have here. So I don't remember seeing the outlets throughout the house, but maybe they do, or maybe this is just for to be able to vacuum here in the garage and stuff like that. 2 hot water heaters. I don't see the year, but they look fairly new. Here's the other one. I don't know if this was, they said they had, for electric vehicle, this might be the outlet for it here. And then sprinkler system there. So as you see, they've got some items left here in the garage, but overall it's pretty clean in here. They've painted the ceiling, the walls, the cabinetry's nice. They got the pans under the hot water heaters. So overall, I don't know, hopefully that's these are some good features to take advantage of potentially. Little attic space up there, it looks like. I think there's an attic on the 2nd floor access, and I think that's going to be where your AC unit would be. So I call it the master bedroom. Some people call it the main bedroom, but I don't know. I call it the master bedroom, but whichever you prefer. Looks like a cable outlet. You got an outlet up here, so if you want to hang a TV, and then outlet here. And I don't know color-wise, guys. This looks like kind of a slate, kind of not charcoal, but a touch of blue in it. So it's all the way around ceiling and the walls. Bedroom window looks right out to the pool. And then there's actually a spot here to walk out. Screened in porch. You can kind of smell the chlorine, so possibly a good spot to dry off before going inside. I'm not sure what these electricals are for. It could be, I don't think it's AC units. I would have to ask on that. But this is an AC unit here. And I'm sure there's different modes. This almost looks like the ones you see like in a hotel or something like that. And then they've got the screens on the outside, just to kind of block the sun, because the neighbor across the fence there, that's west, and then east, so the sun will hit the front of the house in the mornings, and then you'll get it in the evenings. But they've got a nice covered patio here. They did a lot here on this porch that all connects with the pool. So I would definitely go out there here shortly. But I'm going to take you upstairs and show you the interior, or actually the bathroom area and closet area. So 2 sinks, the high sink, this James, probably for you. And there we go, another sink, bathtub. I don't see the wine there yet, but maybe someday. And window with blinds. Here's your bathroom. Again, I don't know, maybe you can see the color a little bit better. Looks like they did maybe an eggshell or maybe a semi-gloss on the walls. Anyways, easy to clean up if there's stuff that gets on there. Pretty good sized shower. Tile all the way around on the inside. And then closet just basically goes straight back. So seems like a pretty good, decent size here. You got some shelving units there. Up top, ability to hang, summer or winter, just depending on the season. And then you've got beige carpet in here. So it looks like that was probably originally what was in the master bedroom, and then they changed it out with the laminate flooring, is my guess. All right, I'm curious to know what you guys think, but since you're not here with me, I'm just gonna have to keep rolling. But I know you'll let me know later on what you think about everything. I'm just hitting some of these lights as we go. Security panel here, so it is wired for an alarm system. Well, maybe they have it hooked up, I'm not sure. Didn't mean to loosen it up off the wall. Here's another quick look at the living room. Like I said, hopefully I'm not going too fast as I take this video. All right, so we're gonna come back around. Head on up the stairs. Another kind of look at living room and kitchen. Paint's not perfect, guys, on all the walls, but I mean, they've definitely painted since they bought this house or moved here. I think, if I remember correctly, these folks moved in or bought this home in 2018. So here's your return air and attic space. And that's another return air vent. Smoke detectors up here. Those are the AC vents, furnace vents. I don't know, awesome game room, kind of open to downstairs. Pool table, just so you know, everything's negotiable. Typically, sellers do not like to move a pool table, so that could be a possibility if that's something of interest for you. They've got some speakers up here on the wall. 1, 2, looks like some more cable outlets up there. And then basically almost like you're at Buffalo Wild Wings here. A little shelf up there. Try and take a peek at the pool. And there's the gutters for the back. See a gutter line that comes down from the very top of the home, from the roof line. And then I guess it's on me. I didn't notice in the photos that they have solar panels. But there's some solar panels up on the back, so those potentially could help with lower utility costs. I did check with the seller's agent. He said there is a payoff on those, but they will be paid off at the closing. So solar panels are included in the home. We got speakers in here. As you can see, guys, maybe make some notes. There's a lot of items in this home that are negotiable, but if you want them to stay, we would just want to put those down on a non-realty item. All right. So, good entertainment area up here for all you guys and the kids and your mom. And then the other 4 bedrooms are all upstairs here. So we got one down the hall here on the right, and then you've got a bathroom, another bedroom, and then the 4th bedroom will be over there. I would say all are pretty close to the same size. This one's not the best on measurements, but probably a good 10 by 13. They did white on the ceilings. To me, it kind of looks like a taupe kind of color. Certain sunlight, it looks kind of pink. But again, this year, built in 2004, they built some nice sized closets. Just so you know, I don't see those in the newer homes these days. This will look out your front driveway into the front of the street. They're doing a little patchwork up there right in front of the mailbox, but looks like they're almost finished with that. It does have a cable outlet in here, so it's possible that they had the home pre-wired for phone outlets as well as cable. When back in 2004, cable was the deal. One sink. You walk over here and you get the full bath. So kind of a Jack and Jill bathroom again. It's got a separate sink over here. Similar lighting. So this is kind of it's hard to show you in the video, but a little bit different layout up here because just the way the house turns. But lots of windows, lots of light. Here, a little movement walking up here, but that's normal on a 2-story home for the most part. But nice, seems like a nice pad. This cupboard looks fairly new. There's some ruffles up here. It looks like they just haven't vacuumed here. But again, to me, this kind of looks like somewhat of a Berber, but more plush, I guess. And then here's the upper deck. Excuse me, guys. Nice and solid. Nice today. It's about 60 degrees right now. Beautiful trees up here too. Leaves and stuff that are there, those are things, if you guys like this one, we could obviously ask them to get that stuff cleaned up. I don't know, windows, maybe they just haven't been cleaned. It's hard to tell on that. And then here's the road that you would go out, and then you make a right, and then that takes you up to the main. Here's the side of the house. They kept their garbage cans over here. The brick wall, that's HOA. So if there's any issues with that or that started leaning, that's something the HOA is supposed to be responsible for. And if I remember correctly, I think the HOA was like $450 a year, $460, something like that. Here's kind of another view down to the living room, fireplace. Again, there's the game room, media room over there around the corner. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, this will be third. Of course, master's the number 1. So this will be the 4th bedroom, I guess. And then these windows are going to look out right on the deck. Blinds seem in pretty good shape. Obviously, a 22-year-old home, not everything's perfect, but overall, like I said, guys, not bad. Looks like they've done quite a bit over time that they've been here. Good sized closet. Smoke detector up there. I don't know if they took the battery out, maybe. Probably. The cold weather sometimes drains the batteries. 2 sinks in this bathroom. Similar lighting as the others. Little linen closet here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. And then the bathroom area, they did some cool tile here around the bathtub. Light up on the side of the house. Anyways, just to share with you, compared to some of the other homes we've looked at, overall, I think these folks, I mean, is it perfect? No. Is it in pretty good shape? Yeah, I think compared to anything else that we've seen so far. Nothing against 16, 17. I know you guys like that one, but this one is definitely in my opinion, a lot better shape. I'm not a full-blown inspector, but everything seems to be, they've done a pretty good job with it. We'll take one more look here for you to kind of show you the patio here. You can kind of see a little bit above. And another look at the pool. The slide looks fun. And then they got a couple storage. I'll see if I can open that storage shed out there. I'm not sure what they're using the plastic storage shed for behind there. But anyways, there's a couple gathering areas out here. So let's do that. Let's head down there. Let's see, I'm going on 22 minutes on this video. Might take a little bit to upload. I'm just gonna hit some of these lights as I'm up here. Hopefully that works for you guys. Ceiling fan. Two AC units outside. I'll show you those two when we get out there. I couldn't see the year on them, but they do not look, my impression is they are not the originals. Exact year I do not know, but again, there's the office, dining or living room. You get some, you know, some kind of cool crown molding up there. Obviously, you guys could always put your preferred touches on it. All right, let's go see the pool. Looks like a good sized pool. Most pools are 6 feet deep at one end. This could be 8 feet maybe. But anyways, the patio feature that they did, it just looks like whoever did it did an awesome job. Everything's connected up here to the home so no water can get behind there. Wrought iron fencing. This gate opens, so a little bit of room here. Kind of kick the ball or throw the baseball. And some nice shrubs around here just to kind of give you some privacy. Good look at the pool. A little palm tree. I would think those lights work at night. Easy walkway to get into the pool. And then obviously it's deeper on the other end. And don't hold me to it, guys. I'm guessing that it's 6 feet deep, but it could be 8. And then kind of a deck area out here. A little wear and tear on the deck, probably just from rain and stuff like that, but they've got it painted. Obviously the neighbors on the other side of the fence, but they face a different direction. Looks like we got a outdoor speaker here. I think on that seller disclosure, they said they didn't have the heater hooked up. I don't know if that means it needs to be fixed or they just kept it unplugged because they aren't using it. As you can see, some leaves from the fall still here. A little bit of a crack there in the slab, but nothing too major. Nice tree. And then I'll show you the back of the house. There's the solar panels for you. I'm not the in and out expert on solar panels. I just know if you ever had to have your roof replaced, then yeah, you would probably have to hire someone to remove the solar panels while they replace the roof and then pay them to put the solar panels back on. Looks like they have a security camera out here. Let's see if this opens up for you. Let's see on the side. Alright, cool. So they got gravel because grass isn't going to grow there. Looks like there's an electrical pump. I'm figuring that's probably for something to do with the pool. Another look from this angle. Yeah, so a lot of storage room in here, guys. For all your pool stuff, maybe outdoor stuff, lawnmowers, all that kind of stuff. The gutter system goes down into the ground. I'm not sure where the outlets are, but they're probably out and away from the home, around, away from the foundation. So to me, it looks like they've set things up pretty good. You've actually got, I think this is, well, you got a cement wall between you and your neighbor to help with some of the drainage. And then here's your pool pump. That's AT&T box there, so that they probably had that for internet. And then carrier AC unit. There's one label on it. And the other label. Anyways, if you guys like this home, obviously the inspector's going to have quite a bit to check on this one. This one's a train, so this would be a newer unit. This one here, the carrier, potentially could be the original. And then obviously one is for upstairs, one's for downstairs. I'm not buying, guys, but I like it. I think it's a good fit. But anyways, it doesn't matter what my thoughts are, but I think overall, a lot of positives. Siding on there, that might need to be painted every 5 or 6 years or so. It just depends on the sun. But as far as entertainment goes and keeping cool in the summer, I think this house is going to operate. Again, here's kind of the screen door that goes into that outdoor screened-in patio. And then this comes out because that's for the gas fireplace. Most of the windows, except for the window out front by the deck area, everything looks pretty clean. So, alright guys, 28 minutes on this video. Hopefully I've captured a lot. You've been able to see a lot. Anyways, I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel, text it to you, and after you've looked it over and stuff like that, just give me a shout, let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. Talk to you later.